Welcome people of the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma, it's Monday, and as we know it's an in-depth collection video, and yes, we're up to episode 20 and we're still going. We still are around the L areas, so still got quite a lot to go. Thank you for coming along and enjoying the collection. And yeah, let's get into it. So, as we get into this volume, we did finish with Law Abiding Citizen there. Quite a good film to end on, and then we come around to more. So, Lawrence of Arabia, this is one I watched very recently on my 100 list. I liked the first half, the second half I wasn't the biggest fan of. I think Peter O'Toole, 3.5 hours long. Yeah, quite a big film to get into, but interesting enough. Then we have Daniel Craig with Layer Cake there. I think I liked this back in the day. I said I haven't seen it in a long time. Sienna Miller there as well. Quite nice to look at. Then we go to American Wise. Any fans of Rooster Teeth? I remember that they did their two films, Laser Team and Laser Team 2. I've never seen 2, but seen 1. I thought it was quite funny back in the day when I was a big fan of Rooster Teeth. Not so much now. Then we have Leap Year, one of my missus's favourite movies, you know. I think we rewatched this recently on one of the streaming channels, maybe Netflix or something. But yeah, I do like this. I do like Amy Adams and that. I thought it was quite an interesting one. Leaving Las Vegas. Only recently watched this one. Do love Nicolas Cage and Elizabeth Shue. It is very dark. Alcoholism, and I can see why it's like very, you know, it was a winner for best actor. But yeah, it's a very dark movie, and yeah, you come away not wanting to touch a drink for the rest of your life. Then we have Le Divorce. So this is Kate Hudson, and I think there's some French speaking in it. Not the greatest of movies, but I thought it was alright. I think I picked this up maybe from an old rental place. As you'll see around this area, we have the comedians. So Lee Evans, I was fortunate to see him on his last tour. The only time I actually got to see him in London, so that was good. That's all of most of his, or 6 of his stand-up shows there. Then obviously we have a few outside. Actually, live at the O2, which is where I believe I saw him. Roadrunner, again at the O2. Monster, yep, Monster. And then TV series that he did very early on in his career. It was okay. Yeah. And then obviously another favourite comedian that I've fortunately got to see early in his career, Lee Mack. Lee Mack Live. Then Hit the Road Mac. Comedians like to throw in their names into kind of songs. And Going Out Live, obviously to do from his TV series Not Going Out. Then we have another Nick Cage film, Left Behind. I can't recall this. This didn't stick too much in my memory, so I can't say I have seen it. But yeah, I believe I've seen it anyway because the labels aren't on it. But no, have you seen this? Should I rewatch it, or should I even watch it if I've not watched it? Then we have obviously Legally Blonde. Only got the first one. Right, then we go to the next side. We have Legend, obviously Tom Cruise, Tim Curry. I only watched this about 4 or 5 years ago, was not even really aware of it at the time. Didn't think much to it personally, because I don't think I had that nostalgia feel. Another very good Tom Hardy movie, love this. This was one of the first movies I watched where, yeah, it shows you that how it is done. You couldn't really tell it's the same person done twice. It looked very good. Yeah, not the biggest gangster film, but like Legend of the Guardians, big fan of owls and penguins and stuff, as you will know from some of my videos with me and my wife. Love this Daymare stuff. I like this. I thought this was quite a nice film. Then a very good Jet Li film I watched early in the day, The Legend of the Red Dragon. I remember when he fights this bad guy with a tree trunk. It was quite impressive. Yeah, this is my early days of getting into the kind of martial arts scene, and this was one of them that I managed to find and pick up. Then we have Legion with Paul Bettany, the kind of Archangel, kind of Constantine, I think, style type movie. I thought it was alright.
Legionnaire, I have not watched this. Picked this up in a charity shop for the measly sum of £1, so have heard good things of it. I will get around to watch it at some point. I do like Jean-Claude Van Damme back in the day. Leon, Jean Reno and Natalie Portman. I really like this film. I think one of the probably earlier 18s that I got to watch in my life. But I quite like the assassin type thing. I do like these. Oh, right, stuck to it. Oh yeah, because this has got the sticky case. Oh. No, not for the reason everyone's thinking. So, Les Mis, I have watched this. I'm not the biggest fan at all. Obviously, the whole thing about stealing a loaf of bread and how it just gets way out of hand. I do like musicals and stuff, but this not necessarily was a popular one in my opinion. Then we have Lessons in Love. I watched this recently, as you know, some ones. It was an okay one. You know, you could kind of see where they were going very early days with it, but... Then we move over to A Lethal Weapon Collection 1 to 4. Love these movies. You can never get too old for this shit, as they say. Then another recent purchase was obviously the TV series 1 and 2. Still not got round to watching this. Let's Be Cops. Hope the label's on the back. Well, I don't know why that is. There you go, CX and their little labels. I thought this was an okay comedy. I think the two guys are from the Zoe Deschanel TV series, something Girl, New Girl, which is probably down there somewhere, or some of it is. So Letters to Juliet, not seen this, but obviously it's the chick flick kind of rom-coms that I do like, so that's what I normally buy anyone's. Let the Right One In. Have not seen this one. Obviously, it's a horror month. I think I might actually, yeah, I will leave this out to watch. As quite intrigued in that one. Then we have Jim Carrey with Liar Liar. I really like this. You know, the penny's blue. Then Liberty Stands. If I can even read it. Stand Still. Not seen this. As you see, the sticker's still on it. So I can't say. Wesley Snipes, probably a later Wesley Snipes, might not be that good. Then License to Wed. Not the greatest comedies, starring obviously Robin Williams, but I thought it was alright. Very oddball. Then we have Life Season 1. I bought this, started to watch this. Obviously she's from Persons of Interest. My wife didn't really get into it, so we kind of stopped at episode 2, I think. Need to go back. I say series I'm struggling with majorly, so I think that's going to be a bit more of a focus next year. I think they did 3 seasons of Life, so I got 2 of them. Then Life the film, obviously the alien that could have kind of been linked with a few other ones. I thought it was okay. Space thrillers. Again, you kind of see where they're going with a lot of things. Life After Beth. Audrey Plaza is her name. Yeah, Audrey Plaza. I do like Dane DeHaan. Her I weren't too sold on. I don't think it really hit home, the comedy on this with me, but it is what it is. Life as We Know It. I've seen this before, even though the labels are on it. This is another copy. I do like kind of kids films and stuff. Is it Josh Duhamel? Yeah, I do like him. Always get him confused with Timothy Olyphant sometimes. Life of Pi, actually really like this. Was quite surprised. I really need to get that label off. Need to get some, do the old AJ trick with the alcohol and put that on there. Very old film that I used to watch with my sister, Life or Something Like It. A very early Angelina Jolie film where she's a news reporter and a homeless man manages to tell the future and she believes she's going to die. Life with Mikey, obviously a very big Michael J. Fox fan, him kind of being a talent agency. Got really bad reviews and said it was really bad, but I actually quite like that movie. Limitless, really like this movie. Have not seen a TV series on Netflix. My mate did and said it was really good. I need to get around to watching it. And then we have Lion. Saw this at the cinema. Really like this film. A very harsh film about kids in India but getting kidnapped and a few other things that go with it. Obviously is based on a true story, but yeah, it is it does play at the heartstrings and it is very harsh. I will give you that. Lion for Lambs. There's still a label on it, so I've not seen it. So Tom Cruise. It's kind of a war film. So, getting the one big luck list. Little Black Books, obviously there she is, Brittany Murphy. Yeah, obviously gone too soon. I don't know if I've seen this to be able to comment. I may have done, but I can't recall. Not the best Winans film. Obviously, White Chicks is in my top 5, but Little Man, yeah, maybe running a little bit out of ideas at this one. Then we have Little Shop of Horrors, Rick Moranis. Really like this. Only got to watch this a few years back, but I did quite like this. And then we have Little Big Soldier with Jackie Chan. Quite a heavy martial art or Chinese martial art or Shanghai, martial art film, but I thought it was quite good. I wouldn't say it's the best film in years, but I thought it was quite a good martial arts guy. Let's bring you down. Then we go to Little Miss Sunshine. Thought this was alright. It's quite an oddball kind of comedy movie that they go for. But I thought it was alright. Then one of my favourite favourite movies when I was a teenager, not a kid there, Little Nicky. I do like this. Maybe it's me, I do love Adam Sandler films. Living High, obviously Danny Masterson now behind bars. Very just kind of stupid movies like the spin-offs of the American Pies from the late 90s. It's okay. Locke, this is one I watched far recently where he takes a drive from Birmingham to London. He actually does pass where I live in real life in Northampton. I've driven the route many times. I quite like this. It's surprisingly of him in a car it's filmed over a few days, but it's only a almost literal real time of him going from Birmingham to London. Lockout, I did like this movie. Obviously, watching AJ's movie, this is kind of a rip-off of Escape from New York, I think he said it was. But I didn't mind this. I didn't kind of think this at the time, but I wasn't too... I'd only seen the original or the one it's based off once, so I can't really... It didn't really stick that much in my head. Lucky Logan, I watched this a few years ago. Not too bad. Thought it was kind of an okay, a few hour, kind of turn your brain off and just enjoy the kind of crime action. Then we have obviously who I would class as my Superman, Dean Cain. Love this, Lois and Clark, season 1, season 2, season 3, and the final season 4. Miley Cyrus, when she tried to do some acting with Demi Moore. Okay, more for the girls than anything, but it was alright of a watch. London Boulevards, I've not seen, so I cannot remember this. So yeah, again, if there's something that I've not seen, please let me know in the comments. Lone Survivor, again, another one I've not seen. Mark Wahlberg's, or maybe I have seen. There's a set of snipers. I don't know, I saw quite a few sniper films around the same time, so I may have seen that one. Then we have Look Who's Talking. Can't beat Talking Kids. Then Look Who's Talking 2. We're obviously, I think, did Kirstie Alley pass recently? Or am I making it up? And then obviously Look Who's Talking now with the dogs. Then we have Looney Tunes back in action. Good old Brendan Fraser. Love Jenna Elfman. Obviously love the Looney Tunes. Quite like this crossover. Bit of a silly one. Looper. I thought this was an okay film. I know a lot of people did it about some stuff you could kind of see where they're going with. I did like the overall settings and pieces. I think I don't know, there was just a few little bits that didn't kind of gel with me. Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. Lord of War. I must admit, I got bored with this movie. I do love Nicolas Cage, him as an arms seller, but yeah, I don't know. I want to say is the lead singer for Jared Leto is in there, yeah. Then we have Loser, which obviously is the Teenage Dirtbag song by Wheatus from... I don't mind, my wife really likes it. I quite like this. I like, as I say, the 90s, early 2000s silly comedy ones I do quite like. Lost, Dean Cain. I want to say he gets lost and his family get kidnapped. And it's him trying to escape. Then, obviously, we would have Lost Season 1, but it's in the other room. Then we have Lost Season 2. You know where I'm going with this. As I've got so much stuff, let's move this one out. So, Lost Season 3. Again, I really like this Lost Season 4 there. Season 5. and then the finale, season 6. I mean, I really like this. I found that you kind of need to watch it in one kind of, not one sitting, but like constantly watch it all through, because there was so much that happens. Then we have the original, or the 90s Lost in Space movie, Matt LeBlanc. It was okay, nothing major. And then the only series that they released of Lost in Space, the Netflix series, absolutely love this series. I do need to try and source 2 or 3 or see if there was a foreign version. But yeah, if you have Netflix and you love sci-fi, this is a must-see series. Lost in Translation, obviously Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. It was alright. I didn't get all the hype at the time. One of my wife's favourite Christmas movies, Love Actually, a bit of Hugh Grant back in the day as I smash a Dr. Piranha figure. Love and Mercy. This one, I'm obviously a big fan of John Cusack. Obviously Paul Dano there, coming in a bit more in fame. So the Beach Boys. Very interesting to learn about all the kind of the story behind the scenes and that. I wasn't the biggest Beach Boys fan, but I like some of their music. We have Love Happens, kind of quirky romance movie. Will They, Won't They? I didn't mind it. Love Rosie. Yeah, this was an interesting one. Unfortunately, she gets pregnant by a friend and doesn't say anything, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on, but I didn't mind it. Love Wrecked. Cannot remember this. The Amanda Bynes period of when she was doing comedies before she went a little bit off the rails. But yeah. Lucifer season 1, my wife really likes him for one reason or another, and got her into that to get into the series, but she's never kind of gone past season 1. Lucky number 7. I remember this back in the day. My friend recommended this, and I actually really liked this kind of gangster spy movie. Then we have Lucky You. Eric Banner as a dance instructor with Drew Barrymore. And the final one for this video is Lucy, the sci-fi one I thought was just went off the deep end at the end. Very, very weird.
So there was the collection, and that's what we're seeing. Hope you're enjoying this series. Obviously, I mean, this is going to be massive by the time I finished it, and then loads of stuff ongoing. But yeah, hope you're enjoying this video. Please do let me know in the comments down below if you are, or if maybe if you want me to mix it up and do something different. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time. Hope you enjoyed the videos, and see you in the next one.